up, y'all? What's good? You already know who it is. Christina Lynn, host of Confessions of a Philly Girl. Yes, it's me. I want to apologize first and foremost that I missed last Friday. I know. Y'all missed my presence. And so I apologize. Why they gonna sit in? What's up, y'all? Assalamualaikum. What's good, y'all? What's good? Confessions of a Philly Girl. You already know who it be. Your favorite Philly girl, Christina Lynn. So, guess what? Y'all got a special invited guest over here. He cute, y'all, and he's single. He cute. And he's single, y'all. He's single, sis. He's single. And he Muslim. He's single. And he got a job. And he got degrees. His name Nafis. Ain't he cute, y'all? Look at his little smile. Blushing and stuff. And he brought his little cute son with him. All nice and respectful and all of that.
He talking about some
Yes, he all flexing big beard. So what's up, y'all? So listen, I have a special invited guest. He came all the way from Philly over the bridge with me to sit on Confessions of a Philly Girl to get a seat to discuss his awesome program. But first, I'm going to allow him to introduce himself.
Nafis Johnson, CEO, owner of Hidayah House.
Okay, so first and foremost, tell me a little bit about who Nafis is, who Nafis Johnson is.
You want me to tell me where I'm from and all that kind of
Yeah,
stuff?
where you from?
Well, currently I live in West Philly, Warrenville. I'm from Germantown, Uptown, basically you can say Uptown.
Come on, you acting all stuffy and uptight, like loosen
No,
up.
seriously.
Loosen up.
Alright, yeah, I'm from Germantown, West Oakland, part of Philly. Went to, where did I go to high school? I'm tripping. Parkway, I went to Parkway High School, Cheney, graduated from Cheney.
Ew, second
Yeah, shout out to anybody
HBCU.
from Cheney University. We got a lot of positive people from Cheney that I've been connected with lately. I just graduated from Jefferson University with my master's in community trauma counseling, which is why I created Hidayah House. So that's a little bit about me. They don't want to know my age and all that, dude.
No, what's your degree in? Your degree?
I just said it. Oh, my degree from Cheney is criminal justice.
Oh,
So I got a
okay.
criminal justice degree from Cheney. That was I really like that degree. That was a really good degree. I haven't used it yet, but I mean I worked in like jails and stuff like that, but I don't know. I really could use it another way. But yeah, Cheney was my first degree. Then I just graduated from Jefferson University. So.
Okay, and you have a degree
I
from
have
what? In what from Jefferson?
a master's degree in community trauma counseling. I said that already.
You did? Oh,
Yeah,
I
said
missed
that.
it.
You
I
must
missed
pay
it.
attention.
I'm sorry.
She's
You
not paying
was
attention.
talking so slow. I kind of like lost you in your words. Okay.
Master's degree in community trauma counseling.
Oh, okay. So tell us about Hidayah House. What is
Well, Hidayah House started. I actually was thinking about Hidayah House years ago. Maybe like probably like 2-3 years ago. And it really came from these things that was going on in my life personally.
Okay.
So it was a lot of things I was escaping in my life. There was a lot of things I was going through emotionally, and I just didn't know where it was coming from. I remember having a conversation with my mom, and just diving back on what I experienced as a kid, and I just was like, look, I gotta seek some kind of therapy, some kind of counseling. So at that moment, like 3 years ago, I did utilize my job. They was giving out like free therapy. So I did go to like one session. I didn't really like it. It was no shade on any counselors and therapists, but he was a Caucasian. He wasn't really my culture. I felt like he was just listening. He didn't really talk as much. So what I still was struggling with a lot, like just dealing with women, being a father at that age, it was hard. So Hidayah House, I created in my mind, like, yo, when I go to school, I want to go to school and I want to be a counselor. I want to be a therapist, but I really wanted to give back to my people. I felt like, especially being Muslim, we only do, in the Islamic community, it's like Quran and Sunnah. You know what I'm saying? It was a fair law, alhamdulillah, Quran and Sunnah, and that's all we get humbled in our head, but it's like, it's by people dealing with depression, bipolar, schizophrenia, things that, they really can't make it out of. They're struggling with to deal with these things. So multiple breakups, stuff like that people going through. So it was like, I just thought in my head, like, all right, I need to figure something out eventually. And that's why I came up with Hidayah. Hidayah actually means Arabic, guidance in Arabic.
Okay.
So it really came from me just feeling like when I was young, I just had a lack of guidance. I didn't really have an old head uncle, or my father was around, but he struggled with like his own disease, his drug abuse. So it was like, I felt like at the time it was like I just was roaming out here. I was just learning from rap music, So I was just out here just doing what I wanted to do. And I just didn't really have like an old head to go to, like, yo, uncle, what you think about this? Yo, cousin, what you think about this? So Hidayah Guidance is what really propelled me to come up with the name Hidayah House, which is guidance and everything.
Okay, so I guess just to piggyback off of what you said, so I have a degree also in criminal justice. I'm actually from Lincoln.
That's terrible.
And yeah, you would say something like that coming from Cheney.
It's terrible.
And my master's will be in show law and human services. So similar to what you're talking about, I had created Riaya House, which is care in Arabic. And Riaya House is centered around servicing the needs of, I guess, adolescent females. Just because, like you said, I remember my adolescent years were really rough for me, and I was going through, you know, a crazy time or whatever. And I remember not always having that solid support system that I felt like I needed. You know, a lot of times when you're a young person, people feel like they're giving you what they think you need, but unfortunately, you're not getting exactly, you know, the type of love or support you may need or whatever you're going through. So tonight's topic is about the importance of having a father in the household. I talk about this a lot on my page about how households are lacking the male presence, unfortunately. And as you know, it's tough on a woman, right, to raise a child. And I see you have your son with you, so that says that you are, you know, actively in your child's life. So I guess I would ask you, how important is it that you're in your own son's life?
Well, it's very important. I had my son when I was 19.
Mm-hmm.
So this was like freshman year at Cheney. You know, this was really like my first time out there. I didn't really start till I was like late 18. Yeah, I started like late 18. It was a crazy feeling. So I was like, let me just keep this going. Ended up having Jay. You thought that was funny? Ended up having my son at 19. So the crazy thing at the time when I had my son, it didn't even really feel like I was a father. You know, I was still in college. I was still going to parties. He had a good mom at the time. So she was pretty much,
good mom at the time.
At
when
the
you
time,
say
I mean,
good mom. You hear Chucka, you hear at the time, yeah. I have a good mother.
No, at the time with both. We were both young. I was 19 and I think she was like 22, 23. So she was working. I was just in school. So at the time, I didn't really even realize there was just a lot going on. Fast forward now, and you asked me the importance of having Jaden in my life or me being in his life was very important. I remember when I was young, my dad, due to his heroin abuse and his cocaine abuse, he was there, in the flesh, but he really didn't teach us much. He really didn't teach us the ropes and how to do this, like how to talk to a girl, how to get a job. Pretty much my mom was doing a lot of that. So just seeing that at a young age, I felt like I was deprived. So just with Jaden now, it's like I'm more focused on teaching him. Me and him got a really good relationship, but just teaching him like the importance of having a man around. Certain issues he go through, like he's about to go to a new high school, a culture sensitive high school. Like he's going into school with like Caucasians. He's going to school with a lot of different nationalities.
Yeah,
so,
I think we talked about that. Right?
Yeah, so just getting him to understand, like having conversations about little girls. I want to call them little girls, young ladies, and he's an athlete. So this is a new realm for him. He got women just coming out of nowhere, so it's crazy.
Well, I'm gonna say this, that it is good that fathers are in their son's life, because I definitely don't know where I would be with my son if his father wasn't as active as he is. But the other part to that is that also young men his age and little boys need to observe men respecting their mothers. I think that that's very important because, unfortunately, as a mom, we always get like the slack. We always get the extra. People are hard on us a lot more than they are on men. They just are. Like that's.
Do you think we get a pass?
Yeah, absolutely.
We on child support. We pay a lot of money.
No. I'm talking about when it comes down to morals and values and how children are raised. Mothers are always the ones who get the worst of it. Like, fathers don't win. Okay, listen, I'll give you an example. When a child does something wrong, what's the first thing somebody says? They don't say where their father is.
No, if it's a
They
man,
say where their mother's at. Yeah, they'll say
if
where
it's
their
a man, they'll
mother's.
say.
No,
he,
they'll
well, they'll say,
where their
well, they'll
mother
say
is.
like he don't have no dad. If it's a man, they'll say.
Don't matter. If a child does something, who the first person that they call or the first person that they call on? Where's the child's mother? Whether it's a boy or a girl, the first thing they always want to know is where's the mother.
Jay, who the first person they call? You can call him.
My dad.
Yeah, because
I'm
they know
saying.
you. They know you though.
I'm just saying.
They
it's
know
They
you.
really just call me first.
No,
like
You know, they don't never
That's
call.
under proof.
They
Who you
never
call
call
first?
my son's dad first. They always call
Is
me.
he on
My
emergency
son father,
contact?
yes. My son father been in his life full time his entire 15 years of being on this earth. There is not one moment that this man has missed in my son's life ever.
Okay.
Even when he was in elementary school, kindergarten, and first grade, I was always the one who got the phone call first about my son. Always.
Why is that?
Because that's just how society is designed. It's always going to be designed to always say the mother, the mother, the mother. It's never going to be, oh, let me call dad first.
Well, let me tell you
One
this.
in a 10 opportunity for that to happen.
Well, let me give you an example. I'm working child welfare, right? So
Okay.
so when I go to the courthouse, they take fathers' rights like it's nothing, right? These fathers don't even get an opportunity to speak. They don't get an opportunity to represent themselves. You talk about child support and how it go down in that court. That's a whole different beast. Women are winning hands down.
Absolutely.
When I go into court, they give women way more leeway to be productive mothers, which I don't have a problem with. I think everybody should be given an opportunity. Men, they don't even look for us. They say, yo, literally I go in and say, yo, I can't find a dad. And they'll say, all right, take his rights. That quick. No, try to get him, subpoena him, send anything to his house. So in terms of like, I mean, women dominating the world, for real.
Listen,
so that's not.
now let me speak to that because I want to say this, and there is some truth to that when it comes to the court system.
You checking on comments?
Because
People talking to
excuse me, I check the comments when I'm ready to check the comments.
Just saying, they talking
Like,
to
he's trying to tell me how to bring confessions of a Philly girl. Like, how does that work? But I will say, down at the courthouse, I've been in court with my son dad. He a vicious, let me take you to court type person. So I've been down there, and basically he has just as many rights as I do because he shows up. Y'all gotta show up. It's no way in the world, right, that I know that I'm supposed to be in court, or I know that I'm supposed to be in attendance at court, and I'm fighting for rights for my child, and I don't show up, and I don't be on time, and I'm not there on the day that I'm supposed to be there. Men have to show up. They have to be present. No, I'm not gonna go look for you. You're a grown man. You know you got this child. You know that you fight in custody with this woman for this child. So it is your responsibility to be there. So yeah, if it's not important to you to be there and be present and show up for your child and make sure that you have a voice on behalf of your child, then yeah, you absolutely correct.
Do they look
Let's
for-
take the rights.
Do they look for us the same way they look for the woman? Do they go above and beyond?
If the mother don't show up, then yeah, she'll lose
So
her
who
rights
lose their
too.
rights faster?
Man, because y'all don't want it. Y'all don't want it. Let me tell you something. 99% of the time, when you go down to them courts, who is down there? The woman. The woman is going down there
I'm down.
filing for child support. You down there because you wanted how many? You wanted how many? Let's keep it a
first,
bean.
I'm down there because I'm down there because they pay me to be there.
Okay,
All right,
let's just keep
let's
that
get that
clear.
out of it. That's right.
Okay, but if you had to go down there and do what you need to do, you're one in how many? You're one in how many?
We do got fatherhood programs. Well, we do backtrack because people don't know.
Before you backtrack,
Before I back, go ahead.
focus on the one in what? One in what? Okay.
I'm one in the
That's
1 in 10.
Okay. That's
One
what I
in
want to
10.
say. All right, then go ahead, backtrack.
I'm a case manager, just to people, aka basically what a social worker would be. So
Okay.
I'm always down in court. I always see the fathers. I always see the mother. I see a lot of fathers.
Okay.
I know it's like a myth. Y'all think we won't really come out.
No,
You know,
listen,
we show up.
I know y'all show up.
The minute we act crazy, the
Mhm.
minute we snap out, I'm
Mhm.
talking about, even me talking about like child support and custody. The minute I act crazy down there, get them out of here. You gotta get anger management class.
Okay.
All this kind of crazy
Nothing
stuff,
wrong with
right?
that.
There's nothing wrong with that, right? I think
Okay.
everybody, we all need to check in, right? But
Okay.
It's like, does it happen equally with everybody?
Yeah.
No.
I'm gonna
Really?
tell you how I know.
You think it's equal with
Growing
everybody?
up, right?
Seriously?
No, seriously, listen, growing up, right? And I remember this vividly. That my mother and my father, back then, you used to have to go to court at the roundhouse. It wasn't no family court no day when I was a kid. So my mother and father, they got a divorce, and my father would purposely inconvenience my mother just because he knew that she was going to have to take time off of work and he knew how passionate she was about being a parent. And so, are you listening or are you texting?
I hear you.
Oh, okay. And so that's that show up and be present type stuff. So I remember when my mother used to be held in contempt of court. I remember those times.
Okay.
I remember when she would get so emotional, angry, and upset or whatever, and they would have to like literally put her downstairs in the holding cell.
So
until
did she do the
calm
mediation
down.
process first?
I'm not really sure. I mean, that part I don't know, but I do remember
That's where
always
that's where they
being.
lie at.
I was all.
That's what they say they don't
who
have a
was
job
that?
and all that.
Who was
The
that?
mediation, you know, you go to the mediation first, where me and you.
Oh,
as
yeah.
parents, we try to
I've
figure
done
out.
that with my
Right.
son father. In the mediation, see, he will file, we will go down there or whatever, and then by the time we get down there, he's having his change of heart or whatever, and then we would get in the mediation room. The last time we actually was in the mediation room, we had a choice to go in front of the judge. And me personally, I have never been the type of baby mom that had time for courts. I just didn't. Like, it just wasn't my thing. Even doing the child support. When it got to a point where my son was much younger and his dad was about to get booked for not paying for child support, I was like, you know what? I don't want to see
So
that
you're not a
happen
fan of child support?
at all.
Okay.
I'm not. Like, no, like, we had the same arrangement that you and your son mom had. So we do Monday to Monday.
Right.
So that's how we do.
Lately, it's been Sunday. She been getting over.
Yeah, you said something.
She been trying to play me. Right?
Yeah, that's
just-
how I
that's
feel.
How, see, that's
He been
y'all-
getting over on his days too.
No, she be
lately.
trying to play me though.
Why
She
you
get-
say that?
get-
She was trying to get like her Saturdays.
Yeah.
The man.
Exactly. So
I said she be trying to get me on like Saturday on, or like try to get an event like on Wednesday.
That's what I'm saying. She's
Yeah.
trying to play me.
Why I say?
So
But-
should I go back to the courts?
No. Y'all should be able to work that out. But me and my son, Dad, we go through that because right now my son always want to be with him. So we deal with those same issues. But I'm more so talking about the people who really can't seem to get it together.
Well, just my take on child support. I think child support. I think it can ruin relationships. I think the children have no idea what's really going on. You know, I think I've seen dads that. I mean, I can take it firsthand from people I paid child support for. Jaden's 14 now. Last time I paid child support was 9. It was because she had lost her job.
Okay.
So she had lost her job. Didn't even really tell me.
Mm-hmm.
We could have easily worked something out.
Okay.
But instead of that, she just went down, filed it or whatever. And then I ended up fighting it, ended up winning. But did I like it at the time? No. Did I think it bridged the gap between me and his relationship? I don't know. You have to ask him because I don't even know if he can remember all that. But
Okay.
when we try to do it as cordial as we can behind the scenes, but I know fathers is paying a lot of money. I know fathers is going to jail. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I'm a fan of child support, but in certain situations. I mean, I think if a man is not a man, if he's not doing responsibility and stuff like that.
Listen, but you do know it requires, the price of living is high. And you know that it also requires money to take care of a child. Like your the living expenses and all of that.
That's another level. Because I see parents, I see celebrities, right? $40,000, right?
Mm-hmm. And that's excessive.
You got Nas paying at least $40,000 a month. You know what I'm saying? So you
Because
think
it's supposed to be a percentage. Your child is supposed to live the same lifestyle that you're living. So if you're living a luxurious lifestyle and I'm over here living in this
get your hands on my pocket. Why are you in my pockets?
I'm not in your pocket.
You in my pockets.
I'm
You
not.
telling me.
If I see you living a certain lifestyle,
You in my pockets.
my child is entitled. Because if we was together,
Why are
we
you
would be
worried about
living.
my pockets? That's
If
your
we
problem.
were together, if Nas and Khalees were together, then her and that child would be living the same lifestyle that he living, right or wrong.
We don't know.
Right or wrong.
We don't know.
So you want to sit here and
I'm telling you, Jaden not worth $40,000 a month.
yo, you out of
Jay,
pocket.
Jay, you worth $40,000.
Y'all already know who y'all tuned
I'm worth
into,
$1
right?
billion.
Confessions
Jay,
of
he
a
said he
Philly
worth $1
girl.
billion.
Confessions of a Philly girl. Exactly. Wait, what he was
40,000?
saying?
No, but keep it being.
What
No, I'm
keep
Keep
not.
it a bean, Jay.
Perfect.
Keep it a bean.
No, keep it being. I'm not.
He ain't worth 40,000. 40 racks. Man,
40,000.
You
a
saying
month?
that because you
40,000?
don't have 40,000.
You don't know what I got.
Oh, you don't have 40,000.
Jay, I got 40,000.
You probably have 40,000, but are you living over that 40,000?
No, you're not
a month?
living up for 40,000.
Like, come on, stop
Oh
it.
my goodness.
Let me go to these comments.
Jessica is telling me to speak up, man. Am I low? My voice is low?
No, you're good. I can hear you.
Jessica also says she
Mothers.
don't have the
Mother can't say no. Exactly, LaRonda. That's not the majority. It's always the mom. Yes, Tosh. When dad say no, it's just no. Mom always gotta make a way. Period. That's my BS. My kid's father owed thousands in child support, and they do nothing but give him another court they don't just stick to all men. Thank you.
What are you
I'm
trying to
not
prove? What are you
sitting
trying to
in
prove, though?
anyone's. What do you mean? What I'm trying to be responsible for your child?
We are responsible.
No, we're not. Let me tell
So
you
it's no
something.
good brother?
It's like this. It's like this. It's like this.
So it's no good man.
It's like this.
I'm just.
In my opinion,
it's a good man.
in my opinion, you really want me to answer?
Yeah, I want to know.
Majority, no. No.
There's no solid men. That's why
Majority, no.
So what y'all gonna do?
Stay single like I've been doing.
No, that's not it.
I'm good with that. I'm good with
We
that.
talked about this. That's not it.
Okay.
Staying single is not it.
Why not?
We were created in pairs.
Yeah. I had 3
Alhamdulillah.
times.
Alhamdulillah.
Yes.
We were created in pairs.
Yeah.
Let's keep that going.
But guess what? The pairs that we were created as are not these pairs right here. That's what I'm trying to tell you. The men that we have right now, you can't sit here. I could see if it was just me sitting up here on this radio station, right? Every Friday complaining about how the men are nowadays. I could see if it was just me. It ain't just me.
So it's
I
across
speak
the board.
I speak for a lot of women. When I say that the majority is that we're outnumbered by raggedy men. That's just what it is. Let me tell you something. I'm raising
Raggedy?
2 children. Yes, I'm raising 2 children. Right? You looking back here?
I'm just saying,
You are
raggedy
the
though?
neck-
Like raggedy?
Yeah, raggedy.
Who the woman on there that said he's not keeping it 100? What's her name?
He don't keep it
Who's
a
that?
bean. Oh, that's my girl LaRonda. I'm not sitting in anyone's court asking someone to take care of their child. Me neither, Keisha. I don't have time for that. I got better things to do. But what I will say is raising 2 kids, right? I've had the opportunity to see it from both angles. So I've seen it where I have a man who has always been in his son's life, whether he's giving me a hard time about it or not. It's not always been a walk in the park with him. It's been very difficult over the years dealing with him. But he's been there. He's raised his son. He continues to raise his son. Like I said, we've been doing every other week since my son was 3. The most he's ever paid me in child support was $12 and some change a week. He ain't never put no money in my hand for my son or nothing. Like, I've been taking care of my son on my own.
But he makes up with time, is what you're saying?
He make up for time, and then what we do is when he's with him on his week, he's responsible for him, and vice versa. You feel me?
No,
So
I
that's
don't
how
feel
we
that.
do that.
No, I don't
he
feel that.
don't pay me nothing.
Okay.
Not nothing. Like when I say nothing, he don't give me a
Y'all
dollar.
swap sneakers and all that?
Nothing. Do you
I'm
understand
saying
what I'm saying?
when he goes.
Nothing. This past school year, I would say is the most that we've ever swapped clothes, because when my son was wearing uniforms,
Right.
if I had one of his uniforms at my house, he would physically come to my house and get his uniform. It wasn't none of that sharing and all that. Like, he didn't do all of that. You know what I'm saying? Now, recently, because he was going to a new school and he was wearing regular clothes and stuff like that, there were times where our clothes would get mixed up at the other person's house, but he would tell my son, bring my stuff back home, bring my shoes back home, bring my pants back home. It wasn't none of that sharing. You feel me? Like, that's how it is now. Don't let my stuff get stuck over there. Then if I say, hey, I haven't seen his Adidas pants in a while, you think when y'all do laundry you can send them back or whatever because he was married. And he'll be like, oh, well, I'll see. And then Hamid will come back home and he wouldn't come back home with none of my stuff.
Where do we hold you accountable for the selection? Like, you don't get anything for that? Like, for selecting this guy?
I'm gonna say absolutely.
Right.
But I think that it took time for me to really come to the realization that I have a poor judgment in men. So because I have a poor judgment in men, I've decided to take a step back. And like I said earlier, is really just date myself. You feel me? Just do my own thing until I'm really capable of maintaining a real relationship with a real man.
So you've been on a lot of self-care.
Yes,
So
I'm
you're
really
on a journey to find yourself.
absolutely.
How's that
Yeah, I
feel?
had to.
How's that feel for you,
What's up, bro? How
Christine? How you doing, man?
I feel like what it's doing for me at this point right now is a little dreadful. Cause like I said earlier, that's why I hate what you're saying. I said earlier was that I'm dating myself and I'm learning a lot about myself, and I'm learning it because I've attracted these type of people is because of how I am. You know what I mean? As a person, you know, dealing with my son's father, he definitely taught me a lot. We've been through a lot. what I will say is that we're both very passionate about being parents, and we're both vested in parenting our son. We both have totally different parenting styles, but I think a lot has to do with outside influences too.
Are you doing a lot, when you say you date yourself, are you doing things different in terms of like things you never did before? Like, I know one of the hobbies I picked up was biking. Shout out to Karan and the Kings Road Together team. We just rode our bike to Atlantic City. So that was something that I picked up, I want to say like 2-3 years ago. I had no idea I was going to do it. I had no idea I would even ride a bike. I haven't rode a bike since I was probably my son's age.
Okay.
But that was very therapeutic for me. Just riding down Kelly Drive, coasting and take my mind off life. I was doing things different. So I'm asking you, like, when you saying I'm dating myself, I'm getting out there, are you just going to a restaurant, or are you fishing now, or are you, like, what are you doing?
I already know how to fish. My dad
Really?
taught me, yes. And I also
A man
know how
taught
to,
you?
my father, yes, because I had my father in my life.
Right.
Yeah. My father taught me how to fish. He taught me how, he had a boat.
Okay.
He taught me how to drive a boat.
Okay.
Like, he taught me, like, real skills. He taught me that my car always needed an oil change.
Not always, like after 2000.
He told me to keep up on my car's oil changes. That's what he taught. I know what you're saying, but I'm telling you that he taught me the importance of getting an oil change on a regular basis. Is what I'm saying.
Okay.
He told me that a man is always supposed to take care of his home, like take care of his woman, take care of his household. Like, he told me those things. Now, are there things that I feel like my father missed? Yes. When it came down to like picking and choosing a mate, my father suffered from alcoholism. And so, but he was a functional aide. So it really wasn't until I got older that I really knew what stopping at that Kyle's liquor store over Jersey really meant. Like, back when I was a kid, I didn't really know what that stuff meant. You know what I mean? All I knew was that was my dad, and he always did a good job with making me feel special. Now, whatever relationship he had with my mother is what he had with my mother. Before, as me and him, I didn't really start seeing the disconnect until I started like going out here and dating guys. Before, I was doing stuff different. Yeah, I go out by myself to a restaurant, I treat myself to dinner, stuff that I didn't usually do. And like I said earlier on my Facebook, like, I'm learning that I'm a little bit expensive. You know what I'm saying? Because I like to go to nice places and eat, and I like to do nice things that, you know, that I didn't always have to afford on my own, that a man paid for.
So in terms of your father, was you the same man that you were?
You're not about to do a psychoanalysis on
I'm not
that.
even doing nothing.
Go ahead,
I'm just asking you questions.
I'm listening.
I'm just saying the same
What
guys.
he doing? He's trying to.
I'm
like,
not the same
shot.
guys that you were, you know, out here picking and choosing. Were they similar to your father? Were they you drinking? Were they using, getting high? Were they selling?
Well,
drugs?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I've never really been with anyone who did drugs except my last husband, and I did not know that he had an addiction problem before we got married.
No signs.
No signs. No, and even like he probably wasn't taking pills when we first met. He kicked it for a while,
Okay.
but I noticed that things had changed once he got under pressure. Like, everybody can't handle life, you know what I'm saying? And that's why now I'm very meticulous about the men that I choose. Like, far as like, do he have his own place? Is he being responsible? Is he doing things that I do? Like, far as being an adult and all of that? Because a man can have a job, but that don't mean nothing. See, back.
What does it mean?
So what you mean?
You say he
It just mean he got a job. That don't mean nothing. It don't
it means he
that
can,
he being
it means,
responsible.
Well, it means he can
it
support
don't
you.
mean,
It don't mean none of that.
No, because I'm gonna be honest with you. Most working men can't afford me. I ain't knocking y'all. I'm not knocking
You
the
say,
working
what
men.
can't they afford?
I'm saying most working men that I've met can't afford me.
So what does that look like?
It's like they're basic.
What's basic?
Basic meaning, like, for instance, my husband, he was basic.
So
to me.
Target.
No,
Old
I'm not
Navy.
talking about Target. I'm talking about bills. Like, I got real bills. Like, I ain't got no $200-$300 Section 8. And I was just talking to Tasha. Shout out to her if she's still on the live. I was just talking to her about that. Like, I don't got no $200-$300 rent. You know what I'm saying?
You got like $1,200, $1,500.
Yeah, $1,500 rent.
You want that paid up front?
Absolutely. Cause you want, you know what up front, right?
No, I understand.
Oh, okay. Tuned in to Confessions of a Philly Girl, y'all.
So that's $1,500. What you saying? That's how much it costs.
For rent. No. Don't do that. Don't do
I'm
that.
just saying, you said
don't do that.
$1,500 come with that.
$1,500 is rent.
Okay.
That's rent. That's what it requires to live, to have a roof over your head. Okay. Now, everything else that comes, then we're not even talking about groceries. We're not talking about utilities. We're not talking about other stuff that you need to survive off of. You feel what I'm saying? So most men, when they hear, and I'm not gonna lie to you, my second husband, he was very intimidated by that. When I finally told him how much I paid, he was like, damn. And I wasn't even paying 15 at the time. I was paying a stack. Oh my God, like, why are you paying all of that? Like, that's too much. Like, where you live at?
We gotta put you in a house. If you own a house, the mortgage, you gotta bring that down. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Because then it
true,
won't be
but-
1,500 no more.
but
Then some of these brothers can afford it.
No, that's not true.
You're trying to play us.
No,
Like,
I'm not
come on.
trying to play
You want
you.
50, so you want? I gotta pay 1,500.
Yes.
The car note, I gotta pay all that.
No, you don't have, that was
So
my
just-
bill.
All right, so what I gotta pay?
1,500 for
1,500
the rent.
for
That's
that's
all
it.
the rent.
That's all you want.
And groceries.
Groceries about 100. How much groceries? Jay?
100. 100 for who? 100 for one kid?
Jay,
Come on
$100
now,
for-
he 14.
I just went.
He 14. My
It's
son
about-
15
it's about
and
$100.
he eat a day.
You talking about groceries just for me? Like,
Right, for him. Just for
probably
him.
for me, probably like $50.
That's it. What you eating? Bread? Because my son eat everything.
Well, my son Jaden,
everything.
Jaden eats everything.
No, I don't. No,
Right, but
no,
we
that's,
should-
that,
but
no, that's a lot. I don't
We
eat
shop at
everything.
Aldi.
I
Is
don't-
that shout out to Aldi? Is that's not on your level?
No, I shop at
You Whole
Walmart.
Foods or you
I shop
Walmart?
at Walmart. Absolutely. Walmart
So you a Whole
super,
Foods like
Superstore. Walmart Superstore.
they shooting up Walmart.
And then I stopped it. And I
They shooting up
and I shop at ShopRite for my halal lunch meat, and then I go to El Aqsa for my meat.
Okay.
That's how I shop. I shop
Okay,
at
so-
Walmart for certain things, the meat store for certain things, and ShopRite for certain things. Like I had different places that I go to for the market.
All right, when you approaching a man, right? Your potential. So
Okay.
what
I
do you-
don't approach anybody.
That's the problem.
Men approach me
Okay, how often does that happen?
often. You see my
So I'm saying,
my
so
page.
what we talking? 2, 3. So that's the thing about women. Women can get 5 numbers a day.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
By Sunday, you got 30. Well, 7 times
After
5.
you weaned out, after you weaned out the weirdo.
35. So you got
Okay.
35 options a week.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
70 options in
Out
2
of
weeks.
35 options,
How many,
out of
how,
35,
many, how many solid?
2.
Okay, what you gonna do with the 2? Jay,
By the
what you
end
know
of-
about the 2, Jay? What you talking about?
By the end of by those 2
Okay.
is 0.
And what happens with the 2?
I'm gonna tell you why. Because one, the first thing they want to do is be in a whole relationship the next day. I ain't with it.
It's alhamdulillah.
I ain't with it. I'm
Alhamdulillah.
cool.
Now, are these Muslim brothers?
I don't entertain anybody that's
Okay.
far.
So you getting 70 Muslim brothers
You
in 2
said
weeks.
that.
No,
You
no,
said
you
that.
said 35 in a week.
I never said
You
that.
said I get 5
said
a day.
that. I said
Jay,
on
she said I get
average.
5 a day.
I
On
said
a-
on average.
Okay, 5. So you get 5 dishes
You
a
can
day.
get that, but
So you greeting 5 brothers
I'm
a
not
day.
entertaining it.
So when these brothers say Assalamu alaikum, you saying wa alaikum salam.
No, it
5
depends on
times.
how you look, first of all. So it could be that many people coming at you. And ladies, you know it's true. Sisters, you know
Where do
it's
you
true.
meet these? Where do you meet these brothers?
They
At Shop
be,
Right?
it could be anywhere. It could be outside. It could be in your DMs. It could be in your messenger.
Oh, so
it could
that's
be on
something
Facebook.
separate.
Yeah, it could be.
So you really
it could
getting
be
probably
random.
8 a
No, it's not 8 a day. It could be super random.
Super
but
random.
at the same time, that doesn't mean that you're actually going to entertain all of these people that's coming at you. Because for
Right.
one, I look at your page.
So that
Are
matters.
you over?
Because the page is not real no more.
No, you be knowing when people are real. Or not.
Okay.
You be knowing.
And why are y'all calling them DMs? Like, why can't it just be a message? Like, why I gotta
Direct
be?
message.
Why I gotta be
All
like?
the DMs,
Why I gotta be
they
like? He
they-
slid in the DM.
He did
Why?
slid
Why
in
can't
the
it just be like, yo?
He
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 did
just-
slid
he
in the
wanted-
DM.
So that's
He
so.
did.
What's the difference
So
between
you don't
that?
slide
It just-
nobody's DM?
It just sounds cool.
We're not talking about
Do
me.
you slide
Jay,
in anybody's DM?
What is?
Do you slide in
DM?
anybody's DM?
I'm sliding. When I leave, I'm sliding to go home, going to my house.
Do you
Look,
slide in the DM?
I'm sliding. No, I don't call it sliding nowhere.
Did you? All right. Did
I don't
you,
call it
did
sliding
you
nowhere.
try to talk to
No, I'm
somebody
not.
in a messenger?
No. If it's business, if I'm saying, hey,
No.
I'm not sliding. I don't call it sliding.
Don't say business. I'm
when you-
asking you, Jaden's dad. Does he go into people's messages,
I'm
and try to talk to people?
no trying to talk. That's a whole other level. You
Yes
trying
or
to play
no,
me,
is your
Kyle?
question.
No.
No.
Listen, but it's different because you can have it's different. You can have a story.
He's not telling the truth.
You can have a story. People will be like, yo,
Yeah,
people
like
saying
you-
it's
like,
this new
yeah.
thing. It'll be like a private thing. It'll be like
Yeah.
20 different claps.
No.
So that's a DM.
No,
That's the same
no.
thing. It's going to my DM. Real tough. I'll put a story in my picture of my
Look
son.
at my face.
real rap. I'll put a picture of my son up there. Somebody will say something in there like, "Oh, good picture." So that's the DM, or that's just somebody saying good picture. Mentally, you looking at it the wrong way. Why can't it just be a form of communication? Why I gotta be, oh, he slid in my DM, he thirsty, he this and that.
Or
So
because it depends. Maybe it depends on what type of communication it is. Are you being genuine, or when you go in somebody's DMs or message, whatever, when you instant message somebody through social media, it could be about business. Is it really about business, or is it personal?
No, I've said things to people. I might because my page is centered around like mental health, counseling. A lot of my posts are like, you go on my page. There's a lot of videos, inspirational stuff, mental health. A lot of it is centered around black men, saying we need to be more vulnerable, we need to cry and stuff like that. So I'll see a page, and if it's somebody that's like going through something, sometimes I'll write under it. I mean, I ain't really scared of nothing.
Ooh, somebody said you a typical baby dad, according to your conversation.
See, that's disrespectful.
Wow. Okay. And somebody liked the comment.
And
somebody liked the comment.
That's crazy.
My mom said, I hate to go to Woodbury for child support and court into New Jersey system and Philadelphia family court for visitation controlled by your dad. Don't talk about my dad, Mom. I believe child support should not come into play if dad is a full-time dad. And I agree. And I would say that my son's father is a full-time dad. And like I said, I came up with the idea of every other week when my son was 3 because I didn't want him to get jammed up with the system. And he clearly did. See, when he first graduated from Lincoln, he graduated first. Okay. When he graduated from Lincoln...
Y'all met at Lincoln?
Yes, we did. And
you like fell in love?
I never really fell in love. I would just say that
you wasn't on his top.
I was on some.
Was you on his top?
In the beginning, it was the other way around. He was on my top when I first got.
So you just not on nobody's top.
And then shut up. And then when we came back to school. I had a boyfriend at home.
You should have a husband.
And we came back to school. Shut up. When I came back to school, I had a boyfriend or whatever at home, and then. It kind of like when me and him was out on the outs, me and my baby father kind of started getting close or whatever. And then once we had broke up is when I got pregnant. And then I chose to keep my son. But I say all that to say when he finally did graduate from college, he got a job at Glen Mills School. And he had to pay me almost $500 a month in child support or whatever. And he was sick about it. So he wound up quitting his job. And then he just kept getting deeper and deeper and deeper. So one day I was like, listen, I think you're a good dad. Clearly, we're not getting back together no more or whatever. I had my own house. He was still living with his mom. You know what I'm saying? I had my own house, car, and all of that.
It's not bad to live
and I was still, yes it is. And I was in college. And I was going back and forth to Lincoln every other day. But I had my own house, not an apartment. I had a 3-bedroom house and my own car and all of that. And I worked. And I told him, I said, well, it seemed like I was doing better than he was. But I don't want to jam you up, and I don't want to see you locked up. Because the next court date, they said that he didn't have any money. He didn't have any money for his real, he was going to go to jail. And I was like, I don't want to see my baby father in jail. You feel me? Like, I'm not that type of baby mom. Like, I don't get kicks out of that. And unlike a lot of these other baby moms, I like my freedom. So the fact that my son was with his dad and I could do me and live my best life, I was cool with it. So I said, listen, you do 1 week, I do 1 week. We split all expenses. You know, when he finally went to private school, we did the same thing up until the point where things went left with him or whatever. But one thing I can always say is that I carry a lot of his SHIT. I did. I carried a lot of his stuff. And it's not until now that he's actually giving me the recognition that I deserve for all these years that I actually carry his stuff.
And I think that's what matters. I think everything you said is cool. But I think the fact that he came back, he said, you know what?
Yeah, now.
Don't.
Now, because he's not with his wife no more.
That's something else. The fact that the man came back.
See, this is what I don't like about men.
This is the problem.
This is what I don't like about men.
Listen.
No. Don't sweep that other stuff under the rug. I didn't. That's like sweeping up trash. And you say, oh no, let's sweep this little bit under the rug because we can't get it on the dustbin.
No, I just told you.
No, acknowledge the whole part is that I'm getting recognition because of X, Y, and Z. Don't leave X, Y, and Z out. I should have been getting recognition.
Okay, but it didn't happen, right? So move fast forward to 2019.
This man is out of his mind.
The fact that he came back and said, look, I'm sorry. I apologize for the things that happened.
Nah, he didn't do that. He just basically just said...
It just don't sound like it's enough.
It's never going to be enough.
Never.
Never going to be.
No matter
you know why? You know why it's never going to be enough? Because a man shouldn't penalize a woman because she's chosen to take the high road and have her kids, have her child or her children. A man shouldn't penalize her because she feel as though is that she don't want to be with him no more. Because that's what I go through with my daughter father. My daughter father don't want to have nothing to do with her if me and him not in a relationship.
Okay.
That's just what it is. He moved down south, got with somebody new, had a whole another child or whatever, and they down there living happily ever after. I'm not even mad at that.
And if you was to get with him, he'll be a good father.
You think not? Absolutely. Absolutely. Because let me tell you something. When me and him were in a relationship and my son was really small, my son was 2 years old when me and him met and we got together, he was an awesome significant other. Cooked, clean, helped me with my son, take my son to daycare, all of that. Like, him and my baby father, actually, my son father got along. Like, they was super cool. And then the moment I said, oh, I don't want to be with you no more, and I chose to be with somebody else and I moved on with my life, it was just like, the hell with you and her. That's nutty. You know what I'm saying? Like, it shouldn't be that way. You shouldn't penalize my daughter because I don't want to be with you. That's corny.
But I said that. I said, in the end, the children lose. I've said that.
Absolutely.
In the end, the children lose. I'm just saying, for your situation, for the guy to come back and say, look, I'm apologizing. I'm sorry for things.
He didn't say that.
Whatever. He
You
apologized.
made that up.
But he apologized.
He didn't apologize.
I thought you said
I'm saying he acknowledged that I am a good mother.
So he validated your feelings.
But sometimes it's like, I need more than you validating my feelings. I need you to actually acknowledge the fact that I'm an awesome mom.
What can he do now? What can he do now?
All he can do now is be consistent with it. Don't get with somebody new. You know what I mean? Get married and then forget about who I am and what I've been to you. Because there's been plenty of times my phone has rang at 2, 3 in the morning and he's needing my help and it ain't had nothing to do with my son. And I got up at 2, 3 in the morning and came through when he had a wife. You get what I'm saying? So my whole thing is, and again, I do everything for him on the strength of my son. Because even to this day, I know that making sure that he's good is knowing that my son is good. And I'm not going to sit here and say that when I needed him, that he didn't come through. He didn't come through for me. Hold on, we got a call. WCMD Radio. It's me. Hey, Jasmine. Oh, you are? Oh. I'm good. How are you?
I'm awesome. Hi, I'm not sure. What's your guest name?
Nafis.
Hi, Nafis.
How you doing?
I'm another host at the station.
How you doing?
So I was tuning in, and because you called on my show, I wanted to make sure you called in your show and commented too. So I heard what you were talking about as far as the finances and saying that a man has to be able to come with different finances and be able to afford the woman. And did I get that right?
Yeah, you got that right. She said he needed $1,500 down. She said he had to pay for all the food. What else she want? What else?
First Cardinals. Of all, I didn't say the Cardinals. I said the Cardinals are my bills.
Okay, but he has to have $1,500 for her to live.
Okay,
and then
so
he can go ahead.
I have to disagree, and that's only because when I first got with my husband, he was working 3 jobs. My husband was working 3 jobs, really just trying to make ends meet to be able to provide, pay for all his daily expenses as well as the children that he has, because we have a very blended family, and we have children together that aren't both of ours together. So asking him to come into the relationship and be able to afford the lifestyle that I was living, it was kind of unfair. But I feel like a lot of times with relationships, you have to look past those expectations and really just work on the potential. Because when my husband, and he tells everybody this all the time, when we first got together, his credit score was just unknown. Like, literally, we would check his and no numbers would come up. So, and his income wasn't there. But bringing us together, I feel like a lot of times you have to be able to look past those worldly expectations and everything that people say that they want their spouses to have, and really look to see if this man is going to be able to cover me. Because I truly believe that my husband is my God covering. Like, he truly is. And if he didn't do anything else, he prays for me and he makes sure that I am well taken care of when I go out into the world, meaning spiritually. So with that being said, I came in on the other part to compliment and then make sure that I helped him get his credit together, that we came together and tried to figure out what our income streams were going to be, how we were going to build our way up at work and things like that, so that we can be able to live this lifestyle that we know that God has promised us. And I see, and there's a lot of women that I went to school with, particularly college, that are still single, that are still waiting for this man that has this six-figure income because that's their requirement. And I really be feeling like they're missing out on a lot because they're waiting for monetary things where you can get that monetary thing, but next thing you know, the guy's eating you upside your head because he's making money and he's stressed out at work. Like, I just feel like sometimes we just have to have an open mind when it comes to the whole money situation.
Well, let me say this. Well, I'm going to tell you, congratulations, because you have a 1 in a million type of situation.
I don't think it's a 1 in a million.
It is. I'm going to tell you why I know. Let me tell you
It's
how I
not
know.
1 in a
Listen,
million.
my last husband, and I'm going to make him an example. My last husband, right? I met him, and he was only making, well, not to discredit anybody making $15 an hour, but he was making $15 an hour, and he was working as a laborer for. I chose this person because, one, he was Muslim. One, he seemed very sincere, and he seemed like he was trying. You know what I mean? And he really loved the work that he was doing. So when time went on and he started telling me about his goals and aspirations and things like that, I helped him, like, kind of invest in those dreams and aspirations. I helped him get his credit together. I helped him get his finances together. I helped him get a truck, and he started his own company. And that one truck that was like $2,500, and him doing what he needed to do, making $15 an hour, he turned that business into a $250,000 business. So that says a lot about him as a man. The issue came
There's
in
no
there.
price tag on that.
No, it's not. The issue came in there is that he had an addiction problem. So I didn't know that he had an addiction, right? And so I'm not discrediting anyone who may not be on my financial level or nothing like that. What I'm saying is I tried that, and it didn't work for me.
But basically what Jasmine is saying is that her husband is a covering for her. Right, Jasmine?
Yeah,
Yeah, he's
Right.
not
And
he's
you
not a
can't-
headache.
And you can't put a price on that, right, Jasmine?
No, I didn't say he's not a headache.
She didn't say that. No, she didn't say that.
I
But
didn't say he's not a headache because, you know, marriages, we have our issues like
Right.
everyone else. But him being a covering is very important. I believe, you know, we have a threefold marriage as far as it's us and God. So above anything else that I do in my life, my relationship with God is first, my relationship with my husband is second. And
Right.
I know that the ministry that we have within us, as far as our marriage, is something that needs to be kept bonded together without any fractures so that we can accomplish and overcome any obstacle that is thrown at us. So, you know, finances can come and go, hard times can come and go, but our love and our trust in God is going to remain strong, and that's what I appreciate about him. And my husband, me and my husband,
Interesting.
were around each other for a very long time, and he's 4 years older than me, so he was never in a place where he would have been interested in me because I was 4 years younger than him. But once we became adults, literally we met on Facebook. We had mutual friends and everything.
Wow.
But the conversations that were had, and it started off very genuine. It started off with just us talking about politics, talking about school, and talking about different things. And
Right.
that friendship grew. We were friends for 3 years, and then one day we literally both decided, like, I really think that God is telling us that this is it. Because before I even got with him, I didn't think that he was attractive. He didn't think that I was attractive or anything.
Really?
And-
That's interesting.
Huh?
That's
Said what?
interesting that you said that.
Yeah, we didn't think that either one was attractive at all until our eyes were really opened up to see that this is something that we should pursue and we should work towards marriage, and that's exactly what we did. Once we made that decision, we got married a year later.
Wow.
Oh,
But I
wow.
think a lot of times with women, we just have to be a little bit more open-minded.
I don't want to,
When it comes to marriage, when it comes to relationships, we're so quick to write somebody off.
Yup. In a minute.
Because of time.
In a minute.
In a minute, we're so quick to
Yep.
do that, and I don't think that that's okay.
I mean, that's what
And I
Christina's
feel like
doing.
it has a lot. I feel like it has a lot to do with things that we still need to overcome, because a lot of times when I hear different women talk, they're still talking from a painful mindset, from being hurt, from being torn, from being scorned, from being bitter. Like
Right.
these are the things like they haven't forgiven. Like I heard you talking about your son's dad and saying that he hasn't acknowledged truly or hasn't really said I'm sorry or
I'm
whatever the
sorry.
case may be. But sometimes we have to realize that we can't always
We might not get
keep
that.
those expectations in people to think that they are going to come to that realization that they need to say that they're sorry, that they're going to have to realize that they need to acknowledge the fact that you have done so much in their lives. Because at the end of the day, are we doing it for them, or are we doing it because we know it's the right thing to do?
Well,
Are we
I'm doing it for my
because we please
son.
God?
But it would still be nice if it would
It'd be
still be nice
but
that people don't
sometimes
kick
we
you.
just ain't gonna get it.
Sometimes,
Like,
sometimes we're not gonna get it.
It's not gonna happen.
But you,
Unfortunately.
Christina, you got to be content and understanding that. Like, he might not ever come to you and say that. But the change is with you. It's not with you. Don't change because of what he said. It's him acknowledging that
Well,
shouldn't affect you. Period. It should be more.
I'm
like,
not going to say it affects me because it's not going to dictate how I move and how I continue to move. It's not, because I know, again, that, when he's in a good situation, my son is in a good situation. And I'm sure he feels the same way about me. The only thing is, it's like sometimes it's disheartening how he goes about things or whatever. And so, no, it should maybe not affect me the way that it does. It does. It's just because I feel like, dang, like we better than that. Like, why do we
You
have
just
to have
make
this
sure
kind
you're
of
not walking in
relationship?
offense. I think that's just the bottom line. You just have to make sure that you don't get offended when someone does something to you that you know that is wrong, when someone does something to you that you wouldn't regularly do to somebody else. Because when we walk in offense, we're the ones that's wrong.
That's true.
Because, love covers a multitude of sins, but we have to make sure that we're always walking in love, regardless of what the other person does, no matter what the other person says.
Awesome.
Because people can do things to you all the time. They can try to hurt you. People try to hurt me all the time, but I always make sure that I'm walking in love, and I always make sure that I'm still praying for them. I'm still wishing them well, because the last thing I want is to answer to God and he'd be like, you knew that you weren't supposed to do that. You
Right.
knew that you knew the right thing to do in that moment. And you'll see a change. You'll probably see a change in them before you realize the change within yourself. If you just keep on going with that love and keep on going with not walking in offense and keep on going with understanding that we have to take these expectations off of people. And this is all people. This is spouses, this is family members, this is children. We have to take those expectations off of people, because the expectations are hurting both sides of the story, like literally us and them.
Yeah, Jasmine, but also you have to understand people are dealing with different kind of traumas. Certain things that you can get over real quick, somebody else can't. He might not be at a point where he can say, yo, I'm sorry. He might,
For sure.
But we don't know when he can get that. We only arrive when we arrive, and there's no timetable on that. I might not get mad. You might be tripping. I might be like, yo, you tripping. I'm over that. But
Right.
somebody else might be like, no, I want to kill you. No, I want to do this to you. No, I want to do that to you.
Right.
So it's different stages of trauma. This is kind of like what I learned in school. It's like, to not take things
Are you
personal.
a
Like,
social worker too?
huh?
Are you a social worker too?
Yes.
Me too.
Yeah,
I'm a
right.
social worker. I'm a therapist, a life coach. So
Okay.
this is just the stuff that we know. And it's fortunate that a lot of people in our community don't understand that as well. So I think that is the more we continuously educate the public, especially the people that are in our own backyards, the people that are in our homes, our children, our friends, our family, and let them and help them to understand what trauma is,
Right.
and how that affects not only our families, not only our children, but our whole environment, our communities, because this stuff is like generational, and it just keeps going and going and going, and somebody has to freak.
And that's the thing.
That's
That's the
true.
thing that I was trying to talk to Christina about, but she's not really.
She's not listening.
She's not there yet,
Nope.
and it's fine.
Nope, I'm not.
No, and it's fine. I think it's just at some point you gotta understand. Like Christina, you might not ever hear what you want to hear. You might not, but can you go to bed saying that's good with me? Can you go to bed saying, you know what?
Of course I do.
If he
That's
no,
his birthday.
because you still saying he owe you this. He need to do this.
I
he need
didn't
to do
say
that.
he owed me
Basically, that's what you were
anything.
saying. You was like, I said, is that enough? You said it's
Okay,
never
Dr.
enough.
Nafis.
You
I
said,
didn't say that.
Jasmine, she said it's never enough, right?
No, I'm saying
It don't matter what he do. You said it's never enough. So that means you're not at peace with him, with the decision that he's making, which his decision shouldn't
I
alter how
gotta
you
go.
feel.
It's wrapping
Jasmine,
up.
his
Thank
decision should.
Jasmine for
Look at
calling.
this.
I
His
got
decision. Jasmine,
4
I'm
minutes
right.
left. 4 minutes left
4
in the
minutes
show.
left.
Thanks, Jasmine, for calling.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Listen, his decision should not dictate how you feel.
No, his decision shouldn't. I gotta get to
It
these
should.
comments real quick because I only got like
All right.
literally 4 minutes. So let me go back. LaRonda said, "I'm what you says. They can't afford some of us women." Facts. I hate when people say you chose that person. They don't always show that side until they know you locked in. Period. Let's go. Let's go. He was an ass. Why they consider him Nadia? Wow. What did Jason say? Wow, most men can't afford you. It's most, not must, bro. Don't come for me unless you got your grammar correct. Really, why have a price tag? Love shouldn't have to do anything. What does love have to do with? This is what people don't understand. Love comes later. Love comes later. That's what's wrong with y'all. Y'all always worried about being in love and I love him and I love her and da-da-da-da-da-da. Y'all need to get that LOVE word out your head. Because when you over a certain age or you of a certain age, love is the last thing on your mind. I'm just keeping it a bean. Period. And for all you Muslim brothers or whatever, yes, $1,500 from the rip to walk up in my door. I don't care what you say, yeah? I don't care what you
That's a
say.
lot of money.
$1,500 don't matter. You got it.
Listen, some of the best men, and I hope it's men on there.
Okay.
Some of the best men is either in the hood.
That's on you. That's your
Listen.
fault. That's your
Listen,
fault.
some of the best. Some of
Your
the best
fault.
brothers is from the
Your
streets.
fault. Let me tell you something.
Some of the
your
best.
Fault. Your
Okay,
fault.
some of the.
And so you need to go
All right, so
be
get,
with a
so,
street
all right, so
woman
get somebody
then.
from Willow Grove, and I'm gonna get one.
Okay.
But get somebody
Go
from
get
Willow
her.
Grove.
Okay.
Get somebody from Willow Grove.
Okay.
Get somebody from Jersey.
Okay.
And see how far it gets
Okay.
you. You're gonna always
Okay.
come back to the Philly
It
boys.
doesn't matter.
Real
Listen, let me
talk.
say something. And there's a lot of Philly bulls that can
Alright.
actually afford
Good brothers.
$1,500 a
Good
month.
bro- Don't
Come
put no
on,
price
stop
tag.
it.
Don't put no price
It's
tag
not
on
a price
brothers.
tag, but you already know that it's. I feel
First
like
of all,
when
in
you
Islam, you're not
go
supposed to
to
honor this money. We talking too much
you're
money
not
here.
honoring money.
Honoring money.
But
You
you
telling her
should
to
be
give you
with
15.
somebody that you know you can take care of. You already know that a man is supposed to take care of the bills, right or wrong?
Correct.
Okay, correct. So if he is choosing to come and move in with you, which I ain't moving, because
Nah.
I'm up there for a reason, so my kids can go to school. So at the end of the day, when we get to the sit down, I tell you that my rent is $1,500, and you say, sis, I ain't got it.
I
then we
got,
don't have
no.
nothing
I
else to
got a
talk
little on
about.
it. No, this is what I can do. What happened to that? Christina, this is what I can do.
And
You
I'm-
want to go? So
and
you want
I'm
to walk?
tell- And I'm gonna tell you what I
That's
can
crazy.
do too. I said I can walk off.
Unbelievable.
Let me see what sis said.
Unbelievable.
We not talking about love. Exactly. We talking about finances. The mortgage company won't take love for a house or the gas company, electric company, exactly, water company, and so on. That's where we going with it. Period.
Who is that?
My girl LaRonda. Yep,
LaRonda
so
single.
true. No, she not. She's actually married.
Okay.
Um,
Sorry, LaRonda.
What you saying you do too? I do. Somebody say I do. Call a spade, period. Slide in the DM. He like sugarcoat and stuff. Yeah, girl, he do. He do like sugarcoat and stuff. He do. You know, them smart guys, the ones that go to college, they learn to talk to you in circles. That's how he do. You see how his nice, mild mannerness, he all jokey, and all of that, want to keep licking his greasy lips and all of that. That's how they do. That's how they do. Let's get real. We grown. We can tell the difference for the most part. First problem is the fact that a man is moving in your kingdom, not moving you right. You into his. The average man working or running business can't afford what is being spoke of. Any car finances forbidden. All the interest spoken of is. We already know that, bro.
So none of them women uplifting the men? Y'all just gonna keep doing this?
You keep saying uplifting. What you want me to do?
A
What
lot.
you want
I
me
want
to
you to do a lot more.
Okay.
I want you to do a lot more.
Listen, come like you weigh and we can talk.
Unbelievable. This was fun.
I understand what she's saying, but in the same token, men get recognized for is they shouldn't be doing. Exactly. What? Let a man go on Instagram and make a video combing his daughter hair. We overly glorifying it or whatever. It goes viral. All of this extra stuff. But let a woman be recording combing her daughter hair.
I don't hear no
It get
respect.
likes.
There's no respect for the brothers.
I have none.
Really?
None.
And that's the problem.
None. Oh well, that's not
There's
my
more
fault.
respect for the brothers?
I wasn't born yesterday, and I just woke up one day and was like, oh, let me just not respect men. No, I don't
Who y'all
respect
gonna
them.
respect? Who y'all
I don't
respecting?
respect them.
Who
I
are
don't.
we respecting?
I'm gonna
LeBron
respect
ain't
them
respecting
when they start respecting me. I can respect a man that comes to me correct and is worth being respected. I gotta let him go, yo, because he keep checking his phone. Maybe his girlfriend, his wife,
that's my
the one
mom.
he
She was
not
asking to call
paying
me.
$1,500 for or whatever. She probably.
Y'all need to put some more.
She probably
put some-
texting.
No, put some respect on the.
He's a good dad. Why is it a big deal with that when he's supposed to be doing anyway? Exactly. That's
What'd you
it.
say?
This live had me cracking the F up. Me too, girl, because he's a joke.
Jay,
Alright, so
God,
y'all was
that
tuned in
man.
to Confessions of a Philly Girl. My special invited
Can I say
guest,
something before I-
Nafis. Oh, he would like to say something. I guess what you got 1,500?
Nah, I have 1,500.
Okay.
Anybody?
I know he
anybody
do.
wants? Anybody
I know
want to
he
show some
do.
love? I got 15. I got
know he do.
2,000.
I know he do.
I got
I know he
2,000.
do.
Right?
I know he
Shout out
do.
to everybody that was listening to me. It was a lot of people listening to me. Tiffany, Siobhan, Chanel, my mom,
Oh, that was cute.
Jada.
Who was
Wait,
Tiffany, Siobhan, and Chanel? Who was in
My
here?
friends.
Oh,
They was
that's
tuning
nice.
in. My mom was tuning in.
Oh, that's
Nobody
nice.
didn't miss nobody. Siobhan, Chanel,
They was on
Tiffany.
Mixler.
They was on Mixer.
Mm.
Shout out Christina. She gotta get it in order.
Get
a lot
what
of
in
things.
order? I'm good over
It's a
here
lot of
because I can
hurt.
pay my
Christina has a lot of
$1,500.
hurt, a lot
Oh,
of pain.
listen. I want to make one thing for sure and two things for certain. I am extremely hurt. I'm very bitter. I'm angry. Yes, I was dealt a very effed up hand. And part of the hand that I was dealt is dealing with these men with mommy issues and absentee fathers. So at the end of the day, I could get myself together if men are willing to take some responsibility and be accountable for their actions and get some help too. Because at the end of the day, somewhere along the line, the cycle has to break. And it ain't going to break with one man who chooses to go on a crusade or whatever. The same thing I told Wallow last year when me and him had that debate. One man can't help the entire world or an entire society. What needs to happen is that we need to stop pointing the fingers at the women and saying that, oh, well, you chose them. How about him take some responsibility for his actions, and before he go out here trying to deal with women, he get himself together, and then the world would be a better place.
And this is what I do for my community. This is why I created He Died House as the guidance center for my young brothers.
Okay.
My young teenagers, people like my son age, so we can start them kids out young, learning how to treat queens.
Okay.
Not calling them raggedy, not calling them all kind of names. Uplift these brothers to get jobs, employment. Either they're gonna go to school, do certain things. So that's what I'm doing. And we gonna work on it.
Somebody said, funny part is I never heard anything in regards to being only finance. Seems like halal relations for money. It's not what I said. We wasn't talking about religion. We was talking about finances. I hate when people come on my lives, right? At the end of the day, yes, we're a Muslim. And I'm not going to ever denounce that I'm not Muslim. I'm Muslim all day. It's a way of life. This is how I live my life. And to add to that, being Muslim is we already know that we live in a society that's ran by money. So at the end of the day, it doesn't say anywhere, it's not written nowhere where it say you supposed to live in poverty. It don't say nowhere around it.
We're not
Okay,
saying, but
so
we're also not supposed to put a price tag.
we're not putting a price tag. I'm telling you that the landlord put a price tag on my rent, and my rent is $1,500. So if you know you can't afford me, then don't come knocking at my door. That's just a point blank period. I guess we got time for one more call. Hey, Crystal, you are tuned in WCMD Radio, Confessions of a Philly Girl. What's up?
Crystal,
Yeah.
Can you
you
hear?
hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hey, we got like 2 minutes, love. What's up?
Nothing. I missed the whole thing. I just wanted to.
Well, say hi, my piece.
What's up, Crystal? What's up? I'm here with Christina. She said a man need $1,500 to get with her. So
Oh
we were
my
just
gosh!
arguing.
First of all, he need more than have that. I'm talking about
Crystal,
living
Crystal,
expenses.
can I get with you for how much do I need to get with you, Crystal? How much it costs?
No, it don't cost nothing. Like I can go.
There it go.
Well, then go be with Crystal. I don't
There
know
it
nothing.
go.
Listen, let me tell you something. Crystal, To each his own, but boo.
Goal oriented, like.
Oh, that's not gonna. It's gonna require. I've been there and done it.
Crystal, we gotta call you back though. I'm gonna call you when I go because I need an update real quick.
No, I know. I was trying to pay the house. I got
All right.
right now.
All right, thanks, Crystal. Have a good one.
My homie Jessica was trying to call. She listening to Rest in Peace to Kev. I just went to his janaza.
Yeah, I actually was following him. His name was Pike Street Kev.
Pike Street Kev. Rest in peace
Yeah,
to
we
Pike
was
Street
following
Kev.
each other. Well, he was
Shout out to
following me,
Jessica.
actually.
But we out though. That was
all right,
great.
yeah, we out.
You need a lot of
We
help.
good. All right. Confessions of a Philly Girl. You already know. Your favorite Philly girl, Christina Lynn. And I'm out. Peace.